SoCal Supermoto. This week we're going over why you crash and how to go about avoiding that. Before we get too far, please like and subscribe and do all that good stuff. And even better yet, come out and join us for a track day and a school day. That would be super rad. So yeah, we just want to go over kind of the most common reasons for crashes. Now, sometimes you might crash because you're riding really well and you're pushing really hard and you push it just a little bit too far and you go over the limit and you crash. That is a big minority of crashes out there. Because again, think about that time that you're pushing your limit and you crash. There's probably riders that are way faster than you that aren't even coming close to crashing. So if you take that as a given, that means it's bad technique or you riding above your ability level that's causing the crash, not you kind of, pushing the limit of what's capable on your motorcycle. So, and that said, we've all done this, right? We've all made stupid mistakes and crash. So let's go over the most common ones. Number one would be early turning. If there's a top 10 reasons for crashes, this would be like 1 through 8. So by far the most common reason that people crash. I drew up a little diagram here. So here we have just a right-hand hairpin turn. The orange right here is turning in too early. When you turn in too early, you run wide. And here's what you see happen. Either riders start to panic and they grab a bunch of front brake and crash, or they target fixate and run wide, or they try to they're not willing to kind of get off the gas and realize that they screw up. And so they try to give additional inputs to get back online without getting off the throttle. And that's why you see so many crashes about right here on that diagram. Now, the blue would be the approximately correct line. And then I put this, you're coming in here, it's more like a U to a V, and it's safer and it's faster and it's better in every single way. So if there's any turn that you feel uncomfortable in, and I always say, like, how do you know you're offline? It feels like this. If you have that feeling, remember where you're turning in. Look at where you're turning in. Turn in maybe a bike lane, 2 bike lanes deeper, and it's going to take that sketchy feeling away. You're going to get through the turn faster. You're going to get on the gas better. You're going to ride safer. It's better every single way. When in doubt, turn in later. And even more important than that is be conscious of your turn-in points and actually apply turn-in points. So number one reason people crash at track days, turning in too early. Number two, one of the most common things, riders would come in kind of with cold tires in the morning and they would apply too much rear brake. The bike would start to slide, they'd start to freak out, get off the brakes, grip back up, high side. Really, really common, to the point that now at the school, first 2 or 3 sessions out there, we have riders use just the front brake until they get comfortable. And then we want to get comfortable with the rear brake to kind of help out the front and to get them used to it for when we open up the dirt section. So when in doubt, use a lot more front brake. While we're on the topic of braking, using too much front brake in trail braking. As you come in, trail braking is amazing for many number of reasons. Your bike's going to grip better. You're going to have a tighter turning radius. That said, you can have too much of a good thing. So if you come in a little too hot, a little too much front brake, you're going to tuck the front end. So that's another really common mistake. Kind of the second most common thing that we're talking about is being on the brakes. Either too much rear brake or trail braking too hard. And number 3 is just too much lean, but also for too long. I can't tell you how many times I see riders just spend way too much time leaned over, and they're making the turn a lot larger than it needs to be. So this is especially true on a go-kart track. If you draw their line versus like a pro that comes in, which almost takes like a hairpin, almost like a motocross burn, very tight, slow in the middle of the turn. They'll kind of haul ass in, get it turned, get back on the gas. Newer riders will come in and they'll just do this long railing the turn, carrying tons of lean angle. So when you have all that time leaned over, all that time with a crazy amount of lean angle, you're just carrying a lot of risk. You're making the track longer than you need it to be. The solution there, kind of go back to what we were talking about with the lines, do a little bit more point and shoot, do a faster transition. The faster you transition your bike, the less time you have to leave it kind of leaned over. And which is, again, I want you to think about leaning the motorcycle as a risk and lack of drive. There's times that it's the right answer. And there's other times that you're just spending too much time in the turn. The best piece of advice I ever got is Supermoto. It's about getting the turn over with fast more than it is about cornering fast. So just kind of plant that in the back of your head. So top 3 reasons: early turn in, too much rear brake, or too much front brake while leaned over. And then simply carrying too much lean angle. Another super, super common basic one: jerky inputs, additional inputs. And usually it'll be combined with some of those other things, like you turn in too early and you start to run wide, you kind of freak out and panic stop. So almost all the time, if you were to rewind and look at your hands, because it's almost always your hands, a lot of times it's from cutting a throttle, quick throttle cut, quick throttle giving it, accidental shift, quick jab of the brakes. So additional inputs, jerky inputs, that would be number 4. That's it for today. That was the relatively long, quick tip. Thanks so much, and hope you can come join us. Hey, what's up guys? Brian with the Corner Cam. It's beautiful out here. It's almost June. It's nice and cool. That's all. That's the only report. Here we go. Corner Cam. And we got a couple. We got 3 in the crash penalty box right now, which is a lot for the morning. So, they'll simmer down, they'll be out, ready to charge it. We're gonna probably open up dirt in the next section, so all good there. Last couple Corner Cam folks coming through, including this little ripper. TTR, fresh number plate BNGs.
Beginner Supermoto has the track. Beginner Supermoto has the track.
All right.
Advanced Moto, 15 minutes.
What's up, people? Cam time. It got cold. I had to go put a flannel on. That's crazy because it's almost June and it's going to be a million degrees. But right now it's not. Beautiful. Without further ado, Cam. Yeah, buddy. Send it. Yeah. Send it! Got a little mini Travis send, yeah, buddy! Yeah! Send it! You gotta stand up. Oh, last sender, Genevieve send! Stand up, send it! Woo! Man, that's it. Just another beautiful day out here. Good traffic out here doing. And what do we got? I think next week we might have 1 spot open. Next couple of weeks are sold out, so I don't know, sign up, come out and ride. Anytime. There they are.